Hi, I'm Wayne Smith. This is 4D Finance News. This is Dividend Watch. And this particular dividend is a dry bulk shipper. I am in this particular one. I like it a lot. I've had it for a while. And again, you saw our disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice. Haven't passed my proper series examinations, but I can tell you what's in my portfolio. And GOGL. That's Golf, Oscar, Golf, Lima. That is in my portfolio, and I like it as a dry bulk shipper. And even though the price is up and the yield is down, it's still over 8% yield. And that fits my ticket every time. Now, Golden Ocean Group Limited is its proper name. It's a international marine shipping company. They own and operate 94 dry bulk carriers, and the two biggest segments of its industry, the names of the carriers that they use are Capsize and Panamax. That's the size and has a lot of specifications of the actual ships that they use to ship dry bulk. These are Capsize vessels of the largest class of bulk carriers, and they aren't cheap to rent. So they make a lot of money renting them out and actually taking other people's products from one place to another around the world. So the demand for dry bulk shipping is going to increase significantly through 2024. At least research says that. We look at how the world reacted on COVID. A lot of the shippers were down, but they had bought their contracts or filled their contracts a year in advance. So what ends up happening, they were doing very well, even though nothing was really going on. But now things are going on, and there's a lot of demand out there. And you know what demand, supply is low, demand is high. There's a lot of demand for their services to kind of get things right after COVID. And that's going to take some time. That's why most prognosticators say through 2024, they're going to be in high demand. So what did they do? They bought more vessels. These vessels aren't cheap. So when they go into those vessels and they buy them, they're also predicting 10 years out, 5 to 10 years out, that they're going to be using these vessels a lot to pay for them. So there's a lot of upkeep with those vessels. Now, Golden Ocean will be the world's largest publicly listed dry bulk shipping company in terms of dry weight shippage. Okay. So that's something to bank on. They will be the largest. I'm not saying they're too big to fail. COVID taught us a lot of lessons about what's too big to fail. And we're seeing banks now that people thought were too big to fail, like Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and what have you, Archegos, Evergrande. We can go on and on and on. Look at Credit Suisse. Nothing is too big to fail. But if they have a job to do and people need them to do the job, that's a good combination to me. And then on top of it, they pay greater than 8% yield. I'm all for that. There's some other things in their what do you call it? Their quarterly report and their annual report. They had sold some of their older vessels, so they got some of that money back. They bought newer vessels, larger vessels, more streamlined, more efficient vessels. And that's what you want to see in a company. Their third quarter ended September 30th. They had a net income of almost $105 million of net income. And that's 52 cents per share. That's a good amount. That's something to really bank on. Golden Ocean is, here's a quote. Let me give you a quote. Ulrich Anderson is its CEO. And the result that they had at the end or fourth quarter of 2022 was driven by the superior efficiency of Golden Ocean's modern fleet. Now, there's a lot out there, and I'm in some. They have older ships. They're still serviceable, but they're older, so they're breaking down. Just like, when I'm getting older, I'm breaking down. But they have a more modern fleet, which keeps them at the cutting edge, so to speak, of the dry bulk transportation industry, the dry bulk shippers. And so they're very efficient. He states, as well as our active charting strategy, we continue our fleet renewal strategy of selling older, inefficient tonnage and recycling the cash proceeds into modern tonnage. That's basically what I just said. It's what you would do too as an owner of a company, or it's what you do with your own cars. Once your cars get so old and you're spending more money to maintain them than they're worth, you go out and get better, newer and better. So their dividend amounts per share run from anywhere from 20 cents to as high as 60 cents, 90 cents a share. That was back in 2021. I had them back then too. But they've done very, very well for me. There's a lot of things. I will post up some information on them in this video. You'll see a trail along, and you can stop the video, take a look at some of the charts and things of that nature, and you'll be able to take a look at some of their financials and what have you. And I'll try to remember to stick some more information in the description. But this is just a very brief dividend watch on a bulk dry shipper. I like them. They're in my portfolio. GOGL. I'm Wayne Smith. And for 4D Finance News Dividend Watch, I'm out. Thank you.